Starting out the year, little talk about Kevin Stitt. He's been pretty quiet. I have a feeling he took a big, long vacation over the holidays. You know, COVID doesn't exist in Kevin Stitt's world, so, you know, we don't get a lot of that. But we do get this, like, how long is this thing? 2-minute agitprop about freedoms and a bunch of BS that is not true and is not the problem that we currently have. I can tell you one thing America does not have is too much individual freedom to be a jerk and not look out for each other. We got that in spades. So anyway, yeah, Stitt goes on about, you know, just the typical right-wing narrative of, you know, you unvaxxed person who could have gotten a free vaccine anytime in the last year, you are the real victim of the left-wing mob. And anyway, it's a lot of that sort of like, you know, you can't personally be responsible to do anything to help mitigate this thing, and you're actually a victim because you're being asked to get a vaccine or wear a mask or, you know, protect elderly people who have like a 10% chance if they catch it of dying of COVID. So yeah, I mean, you know, just leaning heavy into the big selfishness thing. And well, I don't know.
Freedom is what makes our nation so special. We have freedom of speech. We've got freedom of religion.
Our founders uniquely understood that religious liberties are the key to all other liberties. Not every country has that.
I love Ronald Reagan's quote. Ronald Reagan's favorite definition of freedom was freedom is the ability to say no.
Today,
I really feel for the editor that had to sit around and edit that, string together like just Kevin Stitt saying freedom 100 different ways. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the weirdest form of freedom. It's like the freedom to die hooked to a ventilator. You know, like the freedom to Zoom your loved one as they pass away in a hospital bed. Like it's just wild stuff. Just the wildest definition of freedom. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like the same New Year, same typical kind of bullshit from Kevin Stitt. But what I will say is he is really good at framing and staying on message, because then like this came out yesterday about sad story out of Broken Arrow. A family's 2 dogs were killed by someone else's dogs, but the McGirt ruling prevents police from doing anything since the other owner is native. Like, entire story is just not true. Like, he's just straight up just making shit up. For one, the police turned it over to the tribe who they're in contact with, so that is the police doing something by definition. The tribe is like trying to evict the person whose dogs attacked the other dogs, and then is looking into legal recourse. I mean, so it's just absolutely nothing is true about this statement. It's just like basically like, oh, I saw some dogs die and the media ran this like shit story on it, so I'm gonna amplify that. He is getting ratioed, though, a little bit on it. So, I mean, obviously, man, a lot of reply guys for Stitt. They're kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this is just a bogus, bogus story, bogus framing. And it's just a way for Stitt to get off his anti-Native American BS. So anyway, the part of this story that I think is worth noting is the response from the Muskogee Creek Nation. The Attorney General's office is considering all illegal avenues, both civil and criminal, to address this tragic situation to provide for the ongoing safety and security of all Oklahomans. At present, we have initiated eviction proceedings against the owners of the dogs that entered their neighbor's home and viciously attacked 2 family dogs that later died as a result of their injuries. So I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it's working. Like, I mean, I don't know. Anyone who's called the police, it's like you're lucky if they fucking write a report for you. But yeah, I mean, so it's just Stitt lying. Stop lying about it. And this is like a much more like kind of reasoned response, I feel like, than you would get from, the Broken Arrow Police Department. I mean, anybody I've talked to that's ever dealt with like a crime, like you are literally lucky if the police come and write a report. And I don't know, maybe in this case, because it was dog-on-dog violence, they would care more. I mean, I saw a tweet, somebody would have like he would have the police would have just come and shot the other dogs. So you just would have had 2 more dead dogs. So I don't know. It's just really typical Stitt BS. Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.